Hey everybody, Britt here with FaithfuLee Yours, and today we are working on a WIP Chat. Which if you don't know, a WIP Chat is just where we are chatting about life and diamond painting and really whatever else, is something that's interesting for you while you are working on your WIP, which stands for work in progress. So my work in progress right now is a beautiful canvas, which I am almost finished with. This is the last little bit of this canvas for me here. This is the Diamond Dotz Van Gogh Starry Night canvas, and this canvas is available. It's available either in Hobby Lobby, or it's also available on Amazon. I have it linked to my Amazon storefront if you do want to try this kit. I think that this one has been really fun so far. For those of you who didn't watch my first WIP Chat, so funnily enough, I've been watching and kind of interested in diamond painting for quite some time, but I had never actually done a diamond kit myself. I had just watched other people do them online and on YouTube and that sort of thing. So this was my first venture into actually putting drills to glue, if you will, and working on my own kit. So my first WIP Chat was really one of my very first days ever actually working diamond painting, and what I wanted to do and what I'm still doing is that as I'm learning and as I'm trying different things, I am really just taking you along on that journey of figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and what I like and what I don't like. So that way maybe there's some other people who are also doing the same and are wanting to learn more about diamond painting, or are just starting, and just know that you are not alone and we can do some trial and error together, and I think that that's really fun. So what has changed since my last WIP Chat a few weeks ago? I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago at this point that I filmed that video. I would say that quite a few things have changed. That's how it goes, I guess, in the beginning, is you find stuff that works and you find stuff that doesn't. The first thing that is different for me is that I've changed the storage method that I use. So when I first kitted up this project, I was using those. They're, maybe 5 blocks long. They have the flip tops on each one. They kind of look like a pill bottle, but they're all pretty small boxes, and it was fine. It was a great starter kit, which was nice because I was able to get it from the store and just right away not have to use baggies and get to use some sort of storage container for that. But I did find pretty quickly that they didn't hold enough, and it was annoying to have to kind of pull out that whole group of colors at one time versus just being able to pull out one. So I did switch over. This is a pretty common storage kit, a lot of people call them like the Tic Tac boxes, but they are the rectangle boxes. They've got this pop top lid on them, and then I have a kit, like a zippered kit that holds them in there, and I just got these from AliExpress, and they've been so much better than the attached, pillbox looking kind of ones, and I've been really enjoying them so far. I also switched out how I label my drills on my kits, and so when I started, I had used my label maker. So Diamond Dotz doesn't come with the pre-printed labels. Like, I'll show you one from a Diamond Art Club kit. So this is a Diamond Art Club kit where you have that pre-printed label that's on there, but Diamond Dotz does not. And so what I did is I just used my extra labels from my DAC kit, cut off that number that was right there, and then I labeled the number and I drew the symbol according to this legend over here. And I found that that's been really helpful for me, because I've been able to, instead of every single time looking back at the legend to figure out, okay, this is the number that I'm working on, what symbol does this go with, I've been able to just really quickly and easily look at my container that my drills are in, and then know pretty much right away, oh, okay, I'm working on the Y right now, for example. So that has been something that I have found super helpful when it comes to being able to not have to go back and forth between the legend and what I'm working on. I feel like I'm able to be more present when I'm switching between colors, which this kit, I will say, I'm getting into some color blocking now here, but in the sky of this kit, it is pretty much all confetti. And so there's not really a lot of, like, you are looking quite a bit and you are switching your colors quite often when you are working, especially on the sky of this kit here, the Van Gogh Starry Night kit. So that's what I've changed about my organization. And then I guess speaking of color blocking, so I have been trying to try out some multi-placing. Up to this point, I had done pretty much only single placing, and I enjoyed single placing. It worked for me, but I was finding that as I was getting into some of these color blocking, that I wanted to at least try out what multi-placing would be like. And let me tell you, in the beginning, the first couple of days of doing it, I hated it so much. I hated it, but what I realized was that it was because I was using too many at one time. So I had tried to use like I think a 5 or 6, and it might have even been a 7 count, where it was placing between 5 and 7 drills at one time, and I was just having such a hard time getting them to be in a straight line, be in a way that I was happy with how the drills were laying in relation to the canvas and to the grid that was on the canvas. And I just thought it looked really sloppy, and it's because it did. Let's be honest, it did look very sloppy. And then I was spending so much time like going back with a straightener and trying to straighten out my lines that I was just like, oh, this is just, I can't do this. It is way faster for me to just single place. So I put away the multi-placer for about a week, and then in the last few days, I have tried again, but I took a more measured approach, and I have found that that has made all the difference. So now, this is the multi-placer that I've been using, and this is plastic. I will say that you can already see, like, I will probably get a 4-placer. This is a 4-placer and maybe a 3-placer in metal tips, because you can already see here that the edges of this are getting distorted from the placing there. Yeah. And so it definitely makes a difference if you have a metal tip versus the plastic tip. I think I can already tell that that is a big difference there. And I have found that my sweet spot is multi-placing either 3 or 4 drills at a time. I don't like multi-placing 2, because I find that I can single place faster and more accurately with 2 than I can with doing the multi-placer, lining them up, getting them, you know, lined up in the right way that I'm happy with, and, you know, being okay with it. But when I get into the 3s or the 4s, I think that that is really my sweet spot, because I do see that I can multi-place, I can get them relatively straight without needing to go back and straighten a lot of different things, at least to the point where I'm happy with it. You know, I'm sure some people would not be, but for me, I am, and I'm good with it. And that's what I've been doing is, so I've been doing 3 to 4 drills in multi-placing, no more, no less. That is my Goldilocks number for multi-placing. And then in my multi-placer, so, and we could talk about this too, is the different adhesives, right? That, of course, that's such a big thing, that it's such a personal preference for every single person. But in the multi-placer specifically, I use just the wax, so just your standard pink wax here, and that is what I use for the multi-placer. And I use that because I found that I until just the last few days, I had been using putty in my single placer, and that worked great. But when I tried to use putty in the multi-placer, the issues that I was having was that some of the drills would stick too firmly into the putty, and some of the drills in the line would go down and some of them wouldn't, and it was just a mess. And I felt like I was not getting the lines that I wanted to get or the enjoyment from using that putty. And so I think that switching over to the wax for the multi-placer also made a really big difference in my ability to multi-place in general. I find that it still picks it up very well. It still holds them into place and keeps them, you know, straight and in the line that you need them for when you're setting it up, but it releases them so much easier, and I really enjoy that. For my single placing, I do love the click. I love it. So that's why I don't use the wax in my single placer, because that just is my happy place. I want to hear it. I want to hear that lovely sound that so many of us enjoy there. So I was using putty, and I've tried a few different ones already. I tried, let's see. So I tried just like a poster putty from a craft store. I hated it. I did not like it one bit. Like just like your generic white poster putty that you put on posters on walls. Do not recommend. I found it to just be super sticky, and it was really hard to work with and really hard to get it to stick in the drill. I mean, stick in the pen and stay where you wanted it to be. So then I switched over to the blue tack, and I had heard so many people saying such good things about blue tack, so I got some blue tack and I started using that. And I definitely preferred that over the standard putty. And I actually even prefer blue tack over, I got a little, square of putty in my Diamond Art Club kit that I started recently for the fall event, which is the Happy Jack's Glitter Moon. And that's what I'm doing for like Halloween and fall. I'm so close to being done with Van Gogh. So I have definitely been like spending my time doing the Van Gogh instead, because I'm excited and because I'm almost done and it's my first one. And so it just, it's bringing me a ton of joy, and it's been so cool to see it coming together. And the Happy Jack one is a lot bigger than this one. It's probably 20 more centimeters. So it's a pretty big difference there. What was I saying? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Oh, the putty that was in that kit. So I tried the Diamond Art Club putty, and it still wasn't my favorite. I would say it was better than the generic like store-bought putty, but I still preferred the blue tack over the Diamond Art Club putty. And so I was doing that. I was using blue tack. I still would have a hard time kind of getting it to not have residue on the tops of the drills, which was something that could be a little bit frustrating at times. But overall, it was enjoyable, and I was enjoying it, and I was using it. But let me tell you guys, let me tell you, in the last 3 days, I have switched over from blue tack in my single placer to glue dots. I am a glue dot user through and through. That is my adhesive of choice for my single placing from here on out. Like, I tried it one time. It took me a little bit of time to get, used to it. And then once I got used to it, oh my gosh, like it was all I wanted. It was just so satisfying, so easy to use. I did get the micro. I thought I dropped one. I don't think I did. I did get the micro size glue dot, which I think makes a big difference for people who, I did read like some folks were having trouble with trying to get it to fit within the pen itself. And so I did see that some people were having issues with that. So I made sure to get the micro dots, and I use probably 3 or 4 of them. And this is the pen I use. It's just the Diamond Dots pen. And I use probably 3 or 4 of them. You can see it there. You can see it's full of its happy glue. This is the next color we're working on, by the way, this beautiful blue. And this one is the percentage sign. So yeah, so I put maybe 3 micro glue dots in my pen at one time, and I have only had to replace it once, and before I was replacing my putty, you know, every probably 5 minutes, and I've replaced the glue dots, like I replace it like once a day. So huge difference for me. Still get that satisfying click sound that I want and that I love, but I find it to just be so less messy. And you also don't get that residue on top of the drills, which has been really nice to be able to see, or to be able to not have that on there, because you don't have that putty. And so you're just having that glue, and the glue just basically springs back up into your pen as you are placing the drill down. And you can see it sometimes, even like sometimes it will get stuck on a drill, and as you pull it up, you see like it pulling, like the glue wanting to go back into with its glue friends. So that has been my like epiphany of trying the different adhesives, is that I am a glue dot girly. That is me. Glue dots through and through. Glue dots for life. But yeah, that's it. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else like diamond painting wise that has changed that I wanted to chat about. I don't think so. I think those are really my 3 big things. We're switching out my container storage. It's starting to venture into the world of multi-placing and trying out different things with that, and trying out different adhesives to see what I liked and what I didn't. But yeah, so this is my first kit. Is the first kit that I started. I would like it to be the first kit that I finish, and then I'm also working on, like I said, the Diamond Art Club's Happy Jack Glitter Moon, which is my Halloween fall canvas that I'm using for events. I am doing Drills and Chills, and I am doing Diamond County Fair by Team Santana, and that one was fun. I actually won a weekly prize. It hasn't come yet, but I won like a coffee mug, and so I'm waiting for that to arrive. But I thought that was awesome, and that was really exciting. So I'm really enjoying the events. I love seeing everybody's work that they're doing and the camaraderie that comes from them. And it also pushes me to, you know, to work on my project and to have that kind of that goal of progress every week, and the ultimate goal of by the end of October of finishing my first like larger kit. So that's what I've been doing with that. I think it's been going really well. And I think that's all the diamond updates that I have to give. I am starting to look. I am going to do I think it's called Jingle Drills event. And I am going to do that event as well. And so I've started to look at some like Christmassy type of kits, but I don't know yet. I bought way too many way too quickly, which I'm sure many of you understand the issues that come along with that, and I am trying to rein it in a bit and just be happy with the kits that I do have already. But yeah, as far as just personal like life kind of updates, it is still extremely hot here. We're in Texas, and it is 90 to 100 degrees every single day in mid-September, which I'm not happy about, and I don't love it. I am so ready for the fall weather to be here, and it probably won't be here honestly in Texas until October, unfortunately. But a girl can dream, and she can wish and hope that it comes soon. But yeah, so that is what I am eagerly awaiting, is being able to enjoy some fall weather activities soon. Hopefully next month is what I am hanging my hat on. I have a work trip that I'm getting ready for. I'm going to be going on a work trip for a week, which is a pretty long time. It's just once a year we do this length of a work trip. And so I'm getting prepped for that and getting everything ready as far as like packing and shopping, because I feel like you think you have clothes and then you go and you're looking and you're like, oh gosh, like, no, I don't really have anything that will work for this. I find that I run into that a lot, unfortunately, especially with conferences, because it's different than what you would just wear on like your, your day-to-day, I guess you would say. But yeah, so I'm excited. We're going to go to Atlanta, and I've never been to Atlanta, so I think that'll be super fun. But yeah, I mean, really not a lot going on in the home world. Just trucking along and staying cool and working. I do work full time, and this is just what I do for fun in the evenings or the weekends. But I wouldn't trade it for the world, honestly, because my job is pretty high stressful job during the day. And so this has just helped me so much with like my feelings of anxiety, things like that. It's been just instrumental in my mental health to being able to work on these diamond paintings. So yeah, we are, let me see, what else? I've got, once I finish this kit, I'm going to do a couple of new video types, which I've not done before. I'm going to do a kitting down video, because my ultimate goal is that I do have a couple of custom kits that I want to work on. I already have the designs that I want to work on, but I haven't bought, and I bought the canvas, but I haven't bought the drills. And so my thought is that I'm just going to work on them slowly with leftover drills, just as like an ongoing project. And it'll be something that as I get different kits and get them finished, then I'll be able to go and see, okay, what drills from this set will work in the kit that I'm doing. And of course I know like that there are dye changes between lots, and so there is going to be some color changes there. And so I think that if it's too much of a difference in terms of color, I either will not use it and I will just buy like that color, or just wait to see like what the color on is in a different kit to see which one it matches with more closely, to kind of get a feel for, which dye lot is the dye lot that is probably going to be more similar and what's used more. But that is my goal, and I will share those as I get closer to a place of starting on working on some of those. But for now, I'm just kind of working on traditional kits, and I'm going to be saving my diamonds for those custom kits that I'm going to be working on and that I'm planning for in the future. But yeah, so that's my goal there. But so anyway, so what I was saying is that I'm going to do a kit down video where I go through the method that I've chosen in terms of my long-term storage of my drills, my leftover drills. I know some people choose just not to keep them, but I've come up with a system that I have already been doing a little bit of kitting down for this one, since it's pretty much done, yay. But I'm really liking it so far, so I will share that with y'all so you can see what I'm doing there. I'll do a post-review video of this Starry night, probably this weekend, because I think I will be done in the next, if not today, then tomorrow. And yeah, and I might do another unboxing. I have plenty of unboxings that I can share with y'all. That's the problem right now for sure. But that's kind of what I've got on the horizon, and yeah, so that's what I've got. So I don't really have a ton else to chat about today. Thank you for those of you who have watched my videos and interacted with me. It's been so fun already, just having a few subscribers to be able to say like hi, and there are people that watch these and think that they're fun and listen to them. And so that has just been a really just fun, exciting journey for me as I have been kind of venturing into the world of video creation and content creation. If you like my videos, they are going to be pretty much exclusively diamond painting, and feel free to subscribe if you would like to. If you liked this video, I would really appreciate if you liked the video. Anything that I talked about today, so probably just the kit, I will link in the description of the video, and I think that's all I've got. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I had so much fun with you, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Bye.